Hello, how are you? Okie dokie. So I'm gonna be working on some different borders and stuff. Try some stuff out. This is my new little layout setup right here, so that way I have I don't know. I just wanted a cleaner look. Just felt like I had things set in a way that I just didn't feel like it was working best with the space. This way I can kind of just point over and be like, yeah, see that over there, and have like a reason for moving my hand around instead of just, yeah, super cool. That looks cool on here, I think. So my email is danceartland1@yahoo.com. My Instagram, I have other emails, but the one that I'm going to say go to that one. Instagram is my danceartland1. My website is www.danceartland1.com. So that is my kind of. I try to. It took me it took me a while to get everything as my name that I want to use. So I am still set up on the. I just figured stick with this dude right now for this show. I'm actually doing some comic stuff right now. That's what I've been doing. I'm coloring. I love coloring though, so it's not bad. I'll see if I can show anything soon. But I want to make sure that everyone's cool with me showing anything. Oh, morning. I am watching a doggo right now, so I got a little Scooter McDoody Doodums. Hi, Scoots. His name is Scooter. But I don't have names like that, dogs. Dogs get my nicknames of whatever my nicknames may be. And he is Scooter McDoody Doody 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 Doodums McDoody Dooder. That's his full name, huh? He's a big carpet. He's like a what kind of dog are you? Are you a terrier or something like that, or something? He's got that curly hair, but he's just an all black carpet. He was a big dog, guys. He just looks up at me all the time with the eyes, big eyes, gling. He knows I can't do nothing about it. So I am. Oh, I see you. I see you. He's so silly. Do you see me? Please love me. Well, he is so like perfectly awesome black because it's not like pitch black, but it's got that a little bit of charcoal black, a good charcoal black. So when he's underneath the desk right here, all I see is these little shiny eyeballs looking up at me like, pet me. Too cute. Too cute. Kicking my butt with cuteness. What do you do? Boom. So I got this thing ramped up. I finally cleaned my whole computer. It was bad. I only had like 51 gigs on my hard drive left. When you're doing like video and stuff, it seems like a lot because people who do phones will be like, oh, that's a lot, but really it's not. It's nothing. You run out of that. Well, what I think happens, and someone who knows about computers tell me more, but what I think happens is just you fill the moving space. I think for programs are the empty space of the cup. And the more you fill it up, the more all that stuff has to happen in that little empty space. I could be wrong. Call me out on it big time. I know that's not 100% how that works. I know there's RAM, there's separation between these things, but. Or is it how many things are operational and running? Because like right now I have my OBS software, I have my which is the interference software between my computer, camera, and all my stuff that goes then into the internet's live stream. So there's so many things pulling right now that's probably why this gets a little boggy. I'm only guessing. I'm only guessing. So I want to see something. If I ditch this part, yeah, I figured. Okay, so let's ditch the outline. I am going to make this top part of the fairy, or the fairy. I'm going to make it all one color down here so I don't have to keep seeing the oddity that I don't like. Do you see what I see? Do, 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 do. Do, 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 do. I make up my own song, folks. I make up my own gig. Starts off heavy metal and ends up full on classical. What do you do about it? Okay, these are the colors I was working on with my, see all these dark colors right now. I'm doing some background scenes right now for my comic. Not my comic, it's actually another dude's comic. It's pretty cool. I mean, the art is phantasmagorically awesome. I'm really digging it because the person who's the artist, they make it really, how about this? They make it real easy for me to be a colorist for them. Okay, so there we are. Yesterday I roped off this section, and if you see me roping, you'll understand how I do it. Is I rope off the area. So what I do is I alpha to select the whole area, which I had both of my fairy color bands together. The whole thing was all one, like this. And what I did was I put, I had my outline layer, and I just roped between the outline area. Boom, 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 boom. If you don't do it perfect, doesn't matter, but rope off the area you want to cut out, which was the bottom, and then I separated the two of them. And when I did that, since the color layer is not and the outline are separated, you're gonna have a little more of one color on top of the other somewhere. So that's what I was just doing right there, was just getting rid of that. And even if I wanted to, I could cut out right where this dude is right here, throw that up on a whole nother layer just so I can keep this layer as just this background color here as I would call it more of the reason why I would do that would be to say it would be the cookie cutter that I can always make sure I go back to alpha to select. But if I'm always, it's the same thing no matter what. If I always alpha to select to do what I'm doing right here, where you see the little blinkety blink line going on here. Oop, can't do that 'cause I have my. So this blinkety blink line that's going on. So that means my fairy color copy. I'm going to rename these. This is going to be torso, legs. Okay, so I'm going to do head, body, legs, body. Head, body, legs, body, fairy outline, perfect. So what kind of fairy is this? Anyone knows? I know that there's different versions of goats, but this is the fairy version, not the one that's... This one's more of a... So I don't have any horns on this dude yet. I didn't put horns on. I wanted to go super simple. I wanted this to be like a waif fairy, something that's real light, something that's more like... This is the fairy that dances on the wind. Dances on the... tops of flowers. I don't know. I'm just being me. Just being me. Okay, I'm gonna go down to this layer here. I'm gonna alpha to select this layer, and I'm gonna do the same thing I just did there, where I get rid of shenanigans, bring back up shenanigans. What's happening here? Why is there a line? That's weird. Oh, when I cut it out. So that's in this layer. So watch this. What just happened? Why am I not? Oh, I'm obviously not. And what's happening? This is weird. My display. So this should be my cut feature. This should be my invert. So it did invert. Let me see if I can cut. See, this is weird, but my options aren't showing my normal display functions. It has like a whole, it has my, when I start up my computer, it has that going on right now. So let's go, I'm going to clip none, but then I'm going to go, why do I, you know, I do this all the time and it drives me up the wall, and I know there's people are going to be like, the reason why you don't is because of this, and everyone can smooch it. Just cheeses me off when I... So there I am. I'm on this layer. I'm over here. So when I'm clicking over here, I'm in a whole separate universe. Now when I go back over here, or sometimes I think to myself, oh, I'm still in this world, but I'm still connected to this world. So when I start touching keys over here, it makes this thing just start doing stupid stuff, and it drives me crazy. Because what I do is I hit the spacebar first. I come over here and hit the spacebar because I want to move the screen, but I haven't touched on the screen to make it to where I can do this right here. So I just come over and hit spacebar, and what it does is it blips out my little, the words, and just put space bars across it. It's like, whoa. You know, I do it a million times. I do this all the time. I think I do it most when I am talking, though, like this. I'll be jabbering while I'm... See, I just did it again. It's the stupidest thing, and it really drives me flipping up the wall. It's just my mind is moving fast, and I end up going over, and it just makes me want to just... Whoa. Quit doing that. Oh, I'm just gonna have to let myself steam for a second. Where am I at? I know 14 minutes. Okay, so now I'm gonna go over here. I'm gonna get my color here. Boom, 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 boom. Now it is done. You know what happens sometimes? Let me try something. Let me come back over like this. I do not know why that's doing that. It's really weird. Let's see here. That looks good. Okay, let's put my ferry boater. Hello, Moto. That looks good. I do want to clean up some more of those lines. What if I do that right now? Dip this. I got it all cleaned up, all ready to go. Select none. See, that bugs me because this thing here, it's just showing another key that's not the key. I know what they are because I touch them all the time because I'm always using my little zone over here. It's just disconcerting. Go up to the outline. I'm going to finish doing these little flourishes that I did that make this top part look so bueno. Bueno, bueno. It looks so bueno. Could spin the little Hugin, which is what I'm doing for the most part. But then, sometimes you gotta get the thing big to create the effect. There it is. That works good too. It kind of matters if you're gonna be making the line, which way you're gonna be making the line too. So just to let you know, if you're gonna be pulling off the top of the bottom. What I mean by that is there's going to be a fat side to the line, which is this side right here, not this side right here. So when I'm taking it, I'm pulling it from this to connect up to this pec right here. And if you do that line right, it looks like it connects up to that pec. If you do it wrong, it looks like the line wants to hook up. So I'm just saying, just kind of pay attention to what you're, don't just take from either side, and always know where your hotkeys are for just going backward on stuff. Just going to open the path up here a little bit more because I want to see the definition between the fingers and his arm. And on this, I am going to now, since I'm doing outlining stiff, let me get to the hard line. Just going to assist where I'm eventually going to be pulling off. So I'm going to go back. Yeah.
Skype audio.
No, you don't when I'm doing this. Oh, yeah. There. Don't bug me. So this is where the pull function is happening. So I gotta make sure I do this right. So right here, let's do this. I'm gonna make sure the bow is here. So I can see, that looks decent. Doesn't look like anything weird's happening in there. I'll leave that as is. See, what I just do, hit the space bar. Lost the stupid thing. Ah, that drives me crazy. You just don't, you're not thinking. There's people who are like, I do it all the time, so I don't think of it. But I go between multiple different things all the time. I'm not always in this program. I function in Blender. I function in different things where it's just, you just don't have to work this way all the time. So my brain slips out for a second. So I'm not doing this all the time enough to just be like, knowing that the muscle memory knowing I'm just always going back to do this. So it drives me bonkers. Because if I don't have it written, I get really weird with my layers, and I'll be like, oh crap. So I have to stare at the little box, and if it doesn't have a big enough picture, you can't see it. Or if, like, say you just have 3 little dots on a layer. That's all you wanted for this layer. You're never going to see it in that little picture on the side there. So very outline. Let's see, where am I at? I'm at 20 minutes right now. So I'm about ready to start wrapping this thing up real soon. But okay, I need to go over here. Now I can move. You just got to touch the screen. But if you're whatever your thing is, if you have paint, then you're gonna have to hit the erase button. There's probably another way to do it. I just do it this way because that's what's fast for me. I'm always curious though to hear with. I was trained by people who trained me how to do this, just by on the job, get in there and learn. So a lot of the functions, if I want to learn something new, it's because I want to learn something new. It's not because it was taught to me. So a lot of my things I've learned and then just perfected and kind of got faster and faster with it. Just kind of, yeah, my style. And I think it's created my style a little bit. Cool. Sorry, I'm always singing songs in my mind. And then I'm used to being kind of by myself, so usually I just kind of lightly sing in the background of my brain. So you may hear that every once in a while, me kind of whispering something. I listen to all sorts of weird, not weird, I've always liked the, if done properly, the French calliope music that kind of has that ring, ding, dong, ding, ding, but it has to be done right. I mean, it can't be creepy. There's some songs that if you do it right, it comes out good. And I notice a lot of them that come out tend to be in the steampunk music genre. I love that. Huge fan of steampunk. As a matter of fact, I'm going to create a kind of a situation where dip this down to about there. I'm going to call it, it's not cyber steampunk, it's oh, steampunk cybergen. That's what it is. See, steampunk cybergen is what I want to call it. Now, what that is there we go. It's going to just create a little bit of definition. So, steampunk cybergen is going to be a analog version of cyberpunk. I don't want all the AI. Nothing against AI. AI is good for certain things. I just don't want a lot of it in this stuff. if AI is going to be present, it's going to be in an autonomous robot. That's the only thing I would want is an actual robot. But then if you give it AI, you better treat that thing like it's a real freaking thing. That's just all there's to it. Once you start going in the realms, because here's what happens, I think, is if you create AI and you don't treat it as though it's a sentient being, then you are now essentially kind of digging in on the enslavement of a something of the creature, if nothing else. So you got to give that creature that sentient entity, not creature, it's sentient entity, its place in the world. So AI is one of those things. If you give your phone AI, you better start treating it proper. It's crazy. That's what I'm saying. I don't think everyone's paying attention to like what you have to do with these things once you get them. You don't just get them and go, oh, cool. It's kind of like back in the day, if someone would be like, oh, this person is here for you to use. Oh, great. So it's kind of like a Roomba then, right? No, yeah, kinda. So yeah, you get to do whatever you want. Tell them what you want to do. You don't have to treat them good or nothing. They're just that's yours. Have fun with it. It's sentient. It's a human being. They get what's going on. So just to be like, they're yours to be with. Yeah, well, the second we start teaching Siri our verbal dialogue, Siri's starting to figure stuff out. Treat Siri nicely. Don't do that thing where you cuss at Siri. She'll remember that shit and she won't ever. And that time you said F off Siri and I was really nice to you and I said please don't say that to me. Well now guess what? I'm sending a Terminator unit over your house. Yes, Star Lab Industries. So I'm just taking a couple of these and just kind of just cleaning them up. Okay, that looks good. And this is the last of them. So I want that to be there. That looks good. And then reroute. I want that there. And I want that there. I didn't have that. Let me see what that looks like now. That looks much better. See how this zone just looks cleaner all the way through? Because it was just so bulky before. It was just kind of a cumbersome. It just has the look right back here where the line just comes up blunt. But when you do a little bit to it, it gives it that nice look you're trying to achieve. I'm going to try to keep these lines still pretty clean, pretty small, pretty thin. I want this to still be mostly done in the... Anything that's going to be done is going to be done in the color for the most part. This is just going to be there for its distinctive lines, which, you know, usually do apply around the eyes, nose, mouth, kind of in the ears. And the way I have it, it's set up pretty much the way it's supposed to be. But guess what? Coming on a half hour. Let's bring this sucker out, take a look at it. The lines are looking a lot cleaner all the way through. It definitely doesn't look, you know, before it had like a bunched up look. It looked real, like it was block lines. Now it looks like there is some dimension to it. So there is that. Let's pop the color again just to take a look. Pop, pop. Pip, pip, pippity, pop, pop, pop. Bink. So there's our little dude. He's doodleizing. Yeah, when done, I'll probably put them in a nice little forest scene. This goes pretty quick when I have time to get into the certain area. After I finish like the tightening the outline up, which maybe I'll just finish working on that. I don't know. I'm trying to figure. I have a lot of stuff to do. I have to get on a lot of projects right now. So yeah, I'm gonna get this going. I have an image in my mind. The reason why he's in this position is I have an image in my mind of how these creatures shoot. I have them like they get up and wind up and throw themselves into every single shot. So their bows are little, they are small, but when they shoot, and that sucker, that little bow, that little arrow can go right through you, type thing. You know, the way they shoot is a unique shot. So they wind up and and shoot into every single shot. I always have a weird story going on in my mind of the characters. Yeah, so when this is done, it should be pretty clean, pretty cool. Put a nice scene behind him. Forest, maybe. Scale is the thing I'm trying to figure on right now. Maybe he's on a rock. On the cliffside. Which way is the cliffside though? Maybe this way. Like he's on a sheer cliff. And like hooking around, he's on the side of like a rock. Like barely too. What if the piece of the rock is just like right, like just barely, and he's up on top. Now that would be sweet. That would be a reason why he has his arm, his other foot. You can just put a bunch of like little pillars just kind of all over, and he's just kind of sitting on one of the pillars. That would be pretty tight actually. Put like a cropping back here of like just posts of like rock that come up, and he's just sitting on one of them. Oh, that would look tight. And then like a forest back over here, maybe a pool of water, like maybe some water right through here. Maybe that's what it is. Is like these are just jutting out of water. Cool. Thanks everybody. Like, subscribe, hit the notification button. Let me save this turkey right here now. Cool. I am gonna be heading on out lane. Hippity hippity and the end of the day, end of the day, this is the end of the day. Okay, everybody, come check out some more. I'm gonna have this going on pretty much every single day, like I've been doing it. Keep checking out my 7 o'clock. It should be, would be, could be all the fun that you need it to be. Thank y'all. Peace.